right, you guys, you're going to enjoy this one. This is a 2013 Hyundai Elantra, and one of the district secretaries called me, Mayday, 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 my check engine light is on and it's flashing and I don't know why. And I said, okay, just bring it down. Wait till you listen to this thing. Let me start it. Okay, I don't know how well you can hear it, but this thing sounds like a lawnmower that's having a bad day. And if I get this thing open, and it's definitely misfiring. You can take one look at the engine and see it vibrating. Look at the hood flapping around. It's hard to tell with the camera. So I'm going to pull up the cover here, and you can see it's a 4-cylinder with 4 coil-on plug coils. Little wrap hoop there, but I don't see any wires that are chewed, so it doesn't look like a rat chewed anything up, although I do see just a little bit of poop there. Okay, so we'll come on in, and when she drives, the check engine light is flashing. And right now, it's, oh yeah, there it is, it's flashing. Oh, it's flashing. So those guys will flash. Let me just throw it up there. Check engine lights. I'm going to turn the heater off before I die in here. So this guy's going to flash anytime that you have a dead miss. So that crankshaft position sensor is seeing dead miss. So I'm under the assumption, and I'm going to shut the car off here for a moment. I'm under the assumption that this is, and I'm going to turn the key back on. I'm going to grab the scan tool. I'm under the assumption that this is an ignition misfire. And this little compartment says fuse and OBD. So we'll pull that off, and there's our 16-pin trapezoid OBD2 connector. So we'll plug our scan tool in, and the scan tool goes live. And we'll see what it's going to say to us. So we push, sorry, we get it so it can see, you can see it. Sorry, it's bright, and I know it makes it hard to see it. It's reading, remember the dash light's got to be on, so the ignition's on, and it's reading this guy, and maybe there you can kind of see it. So I'm going to click engine, and I'm going to click read codes. And it's got a P0302 cylinder misfire detected, P0304 cylinder 4 misfire detected, and a P0300 random multiple misfire detected. Well, you'll get a P0300 anytime you got a code, so we don't pay much attention to the 300. It just means you got a misfire, and we already know we got a misfire in cylinder 2 and on cylinder 4. So I asked her, and I'll just leave that plugged in. So I asked her, I said, have you done any, when was the last time you had the plugs changed? She goes, I've had the car since brand new. I've never changed the plugs. It's a 2013. It's 7 years old. Let me see how many miles she has. Let me turn the ignition back on. Let's see how many miles she has. Sorry. So let's see. She got 159,000 miles on the original plugs. Whoa, dude, or dudette, whichever you identify with. Anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and do a couple things first. I'm going to check the oil because I have no idea if it's going to even have any oil in it. Whoa, dude, there's no oil in it. Let me get a rag, one sec. You know, it's days like this where Mr. L says, I like working on cars. I like seeing what people do to their cars. It's pretty fun. So I'll go ahead and pull this guy up. And, well, it's got some oil in it. I shouldn't say it's completely empty, but it's about a quart low, and it's pretty black. So she asked for an oil change. But we can see right here, she's got cylinder 2 and cylinder 4 misfire. So probably she's got bad plugs, but probably she took the coils out, because that's what happens when you let the gap burn too far apart on a plug. It takes the coil out. Let me pause and go get some tools, and we'll take these things out and take a look. Okay, guys, so I grabbed a battery-operated ratchet with an extension and an 8mm socket, 6-point. So I'm going to come over here. Let me bring you guys closer. You can see what's going on more. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and take that number 2 coil. Oh, it's not an 8mm, it's a 10mm. Hang on one second. Mr. L, another step closer to the dumpster. Can't tell us 8mm from a 10mm. Just kidding. And we'll go ahead and pull that number 4 off at the same time. And we'll pull these 2 bolts out, pull this coil out, pull that clip up, squeeze, pull it off. So there's our coil, okay? And just do want you to see on these connectors so you know how to do them. This one you had to lift this little gray part up. You pushed up on the gray part and then squeezed the tab right there and it came off, okay? So let me grab my spark plug socket, just un momento. And I grabbed a 5/8 spark plug socket because that's what you have 99% of the time. Sorry to make you wait while I run to the tool panel. So I unscrew this. It'll be interesting to see what we got. Okay, it doesn't look that horrendous. It is a laser iridium, and I'm kind of looking at the plug. It looks like the sides are kind of eaten off on it. Let me get it in there, see if it'll focus on it. Yeah. So it actually doesn't look that bad, but I'm going to go ahead and throw a set of plugs in it. So standard procedure here on these cars is the plugs are old and they're double platinum, so they don't really look worn, but I can tell that the spark's been jumping off of that not off the platinum tip, but off the iron below it. So it's a little hard for me to tell how worn it is. On the sides, it looks a little bit worn. I know you can't see so perfectly. So my standard procedure is going to be to go ahead and put plugs in it. And I'll pull this number 4 out, lift up that tab there. Try and lift it up. Okay, trying to pull up this tab right here. No, it doesn't want to come up. I mean to get a scope. I think I got it. And then I got it unplugged. Okay, so here comes, I'm going to get this guy out of the way. If I can. There's number 4. There's no oil in there, so they don't look bad, but I mean, it doesn't look like the valve care gasket's been leaking. I'll pull this one out, and I'll take a look at this one. And this one looks kind of fouled. And boy, that side electrode really does look eaten away there. Let's see if I can get it to focus there. Yeah, it did. That side electrode looks really eaten away up at the top. So this thing looks hurt. And the black makes me, it looks like fuel. So I don't think this one was firing. So the coil might be bad. But what we're going to do is we'll go ahead and change. Let me get this thing. There we go. We'll change all 4 spark plugs. Put it in. We'll see if it runs. We'll clear codes. We'll clear codes, and then we'll probably, if it's still misfiring, we know we got coils. So I ordered a set of 4 NGK G-Power platinum plugs, and I ordered 2 coils just in case to have them here. So I'll pause and we'll come back to this in a moment. All right, here we go. And that became quick, and we got some plugs. I'm just going to put 2 plugs in for the sake of the video. These are a really long reach plug. So they have a very, very long reach, which is the thread length there. And you can see this is called their V-Power Platinum. So the center electrode is just a little prong of platinum. And the side electrode is just regular iron. So this is a cheaper plug or less expensive plug, but it is an NGK. It is the correct plug for the car. It is going to work. It's going to rock. Hopefully it fixes it. So what we'll do is put the plug in here, go on down, thread these guys in, and then I'll go ahead and just run it in quick with my battery operated carefully. So it hits that gasket and just give it a little snug. I'll do the other one here, number 4. And then we're going to go ahead and start it, see if it still misfires. If it does, we'll swap coils to different cylinders. And, or we'll just drop 2 new coils in. And you say, Mr. L, could it be a injector? Sure, it could be. And we can listen to the injectors with a stethoscope and see how they sound. It's not the best way always to do it, but it's one way we can do it. So I'm putting these coils back in. 2 new plugs. Hopefully this works. I don't think I'm even going to bolt them down. They'll stay in there. Let me start the car. See what happens. Okay, still misfiring, no doubt about it. Definitely misfiring. So let's do this. I can hear that one sparking. That one's making a spark. That one doesn't seem to be doing anything. So as I lift it up, barely doing anything. Let's do this. Let's do it this way. Let me do a power bounce tech. So I'm going to plug in the injectors. Trying to unplug them. So number 3 wants to kill the car. Okay. Number 2, not really doing anything, is it? Number 1 wants to kill the car. Killed the car. So let's just take a guess. Number 2 seems the worst. Let's just throw a new coil in number 2. Woohoo! Probably needs a coil. I know you're thinking, Mr. L, that's not the best way to diagnose, is it? Yeah, but if you think about it, coils are pretty bulletproof. Injectors are pretty bulletproof. So let's just slip this bad boy onto there. And I just realized, that coil may ground through that bolt. So maybe that was dumb of me not to bolt it back in, although it is a plastic valve cover, so I'm probably don't need to bolt it down. But let's do it anyways, just see what happens. Let me bolt these 2 down. So I just put a new coil on number 2. Let me start the car. Okay, it's definitely running better. Let's unplug number 2 now. Definitely running better. So number 2 is definitely making a difference. Still got a misfire though. What do you think? Throw a coil at number 4. Sure, why not? Definitely running better. Let's shut it off and see if she killed number 4 coil. I'm going fast because you guys are. And what I would do normally is move number 4 to like number 1 and clear codes and see if the code follows it. But in this case, because she's never changed the plugs, I'm pretty convinced she's got a couple of bad coils. They fail. Excuse me. They definitely fail. We could test our hypothesis, and we know that Okay, so let's try 2 new coils, see what we got. Okay, those are all on. Let's start the car. Okay, I think she's fixed. Seems to be running right. Let's go clear codes. Sorry, got a little tangled up. We're gonna go inside here. We're gonna turn the engine off, turn the key on. We're gonna go ahead and clear codes. We'll go to race codes. Okay. So I will change those. Okay, so it's done. So we'll start the car. Check engine lights off. Sounds like it's running good. So we'll go ahead and unplug the scan tool. Let me shut the car off. So I guarantee you that those 2 plugs took those 2 coils out. And you're like, what about the other 2? Well, they'll probably go bad eventually, but I'm going to go ahead and replace cylinder 1 and 3 plugs right now. I won't keep you any longer for that. So we got a couple of bad coils that were probably killed by a bunch of bad plugs. Really, really typical. All right, there you go.